Hey, what's going on, guys? I hope you guys are all having a fantastic day, and today I'm bringing you guys an updated version of top 10 Minecraft XP farms and automatic farms. Now, the recent video that I uploaded, you guys have probably seen it. If you haven't, there's a link in the description, but it was pretty old. All the farms were out of date, and they weren't very efficient, and they didn't live up to their name. So with this video, I'm bringing you guys the updated farms, and I can guarantee you guys that these farms are much better, much more advanced, and much more efficient, and some of them are much more simpler to make. I know I'm saying much a lot. Muchity much. But I hope you much enjoy this video. If you guys do, be sure to give this video a thumbs up, of course, and subscribe if you guys would like to know when my next awesome video is uploaded. But without further ado, let's go ahead and check out the top 10 Minecraft XP and automatic farms. Here we have a fully automatic 10-story sugarcane farm. Now, of course, you don't have to make this 10 stories. You can make it 100 stories if you wanted to. From the bottom of the world to the top, indeed, you could do it, or you could just make it one story. But the good thing about this farm is each of the stories are repeatable, so once you make the first story, all you have to do is just repeat it and place it on the second story. You don't have to do anything unique or weird to the next set of stories. All you have to do is repeat the first story on the second story and basically just stack them on top of each other. Now, you're probably wondering, Unspeakable, why is it in this weird design, this weird diamond squarish type design? What's up with that? So, normally you see automatic sugarcane farms, and they're usually in straight lines. However, those are very inefficient because when broken off by a piston, most of the pieces, or about less than half of the pieces of sugarcane, will fall onto the block next to them, and they never get picked up. However, you don't have that problem in this sugarcane farm. Here we have a fully automatic skeleton XP farm. So this one's awesome. So we're going to start off at the top here and kind of work our way down and show you guys how it works. So at the top we have the spawner. Now, I don't actually have a spawner. I have a command block, but that's just for demonstration purposes for this video. But normally you would have a skeleton spawner about at the top here. So you would create some type of a spawner that allows the skeleton to fall into a hole. And once you've done that, they will all fall down, and you have your wolves down here, which are actually going to eat up the skeleton, which is awesome, or the skeletons, I should say. So all these wolves are tamed. They're my bad boys. Ooh, how you guys doing? You guys ready for a feasting? Alright, so let's see how much XP we can get in about 1 minute. Now, this is a rapid fire skeleton spawner, so I don't think you'll be getting this many skeletons spawning, but let's see how much XP we can get. So that was a little under a minute, so we went from level 12 to 21 in a little bit under a minute, which is absolutely absurd. Now, I had a lot of skeletons spawning. I don't know if you guys noticed, but look how many skeletons are spawning. You can see we have a ton of skeletons spawning. So, if you were to do that at the top with a normal spawner, I don't think you could get that many skeletons spawning unless you had multiple spawners and you just had a ton of skeleton spawners. I don't know, you probably could make it happen, but it would take a lot of skeleton spawners. So just with one skeleton spawners, you could still get a ton of XP though. The automatic tree farm is a little bit advanced, but it's absolutely amazing. Now, it does require a little bit of redstone and a little bit of engineering, but this thing is absolutely a beast. So let's go under here, and you can see we have two chests. We're going to approach two chests here. These chests are going to store kind of our extra items, such as the extra saplings that fall off the tree, and the apples, and stuff like that. So then we have a lever to our left here, and you can see once we flick this, it will actually activate this dispenser, which activates a bunch of bone meal. Now, you're actually not losing bone meal. Some of you may think, hey, I'm losing a bunch of bone meal. No, but none of this bone meal is leaving unless a sapling will be placed. And once a sapling is placed, the tree will grow, and then the pistons will move it out of the way. So whenever you're done, I would recommend turning that off just because it's simply annoying. So let's see how many trees or how many pieces of wood we can get in about a minute. With nearly a minute of farming, I don't think it was exactly a minute, but it was pretty close. You can see we have a ton of wood over here, plenty of wood. So I guess you could say the automatic tree farm is indeed a success. These little teleporting mobs aren't going anywhere. We have a little awesome Enderman XP farm. So the way it works is they're going to spawn up there fall all the way down and only have one little bit of health left. And that one little bit of health is going to allow us to kill them very, very easily. So, okay. Alright, so maybe you might want to have some good armor or defense, as I had none. So these Endermen can get out. I don't know how they're getting out, probably because they can teleport everywhere. But you can just go along with a sword or even your fist and kill them all with one hit, which is absolutely absurd. You're going to get a ton of Ender Pearls and a ton of XP. The good old automatic melon farm. Fully automatic and very, very efficient. So this one is really, really cool. So the way it works is you have your seed right here, and once your melon grows, I'm going to place one for a demonstration because I'm not waiting for this one to grow. But once we place one, you can see it will get broken, and then all the melon pieces will fall into the hopper, which eventually goes into your chest. So if we do that again, you can see all the melons are coming into the chest. Now, of course, you can make this much bigger. You don't have to keep it this small. You can extend it easily because the design here is repeatable. So you can just make another one right here, and another one, and another one, and another one, and another one. And then connect all the hoppers to one chest, which would be pretty cool. So I'm going to show you guys how to make it super simple, super easy. So what we're going to do is we're first going to start off with 2 dirt blocks. So difficult to place 2 dirt blocks. I know you guys can do it, but so then we're gonna place the chest right here, and then we need to connect all our hoppers. So the way we're going to do that is we're going to shift, and we're gonna connect all these hoppers. You want to make sure that they're all connected. The way you can tell is you can see the bottom right here to see if they're all connected. So we're gonna connect all the hoppers, because if you don't connect all the hoppers, then all the items will not flow into the chest, and it's not going to be too efficient. So then we're going to place a block right here. And then 2 redstone repeaters. Make sure you shift when placing these, or else you will click on the item hopper. So then you want to put these ticks all the way up and leave this one alone. Next thing you want to do, very, very simple, 2 blocks and then a redstone torch, and then above that another block and then a redstone torch. Boom. We're pretty much done here. So we're going to place one more redstone torch right here. And then we're going to go over and we're going to place our piston, which I do have. So we're going to place our piston about right there. You want to make sure it's above the dirt block. And then we're going to place a piece of glass. And we are done. We are 100% done. So let me go ahead and get a... where are you? Where'd you go? I can't... Okay. I don't know why I couldn't find them for a second. But so we have a diamond hoe right here. And we're going to till this. And then we're going to place... Where's the seed? There. Our melon seed. And now once it grows... So for example, I'm just going to go ahead and place a melon block because I'm not going to wait for this thing to grow. So once it grows, it's going to appear right there, and then the melon will be broken up and then sorted into the chest. This is a crazy iron golem farm, essentially called the Iron Titan. It was created by Tango, and if you guys would like to see how to create it, there is a link in the description. Now don't get too crazy about how big this farm is, because you can easily make it half the size with 32 villages. This one has 64 villages and produces 2,600 pieces of iron per hour. Now I don't know how many blocks it takes to make the 64 village version, but I know it takes about 1,700 doors, which means that tree farm might come in handy. There's many ways to make wheat farms, but this one indeed has to be one of my favorites. It's really cool and really, really fun. So you're gonna grab a bunch of seeds. I'm in creative mode, so I only have 1 seed, but if you're in survival mode, you're going to need a lot of seeds. But after you have obtained a lot of seeds and made this awesome farm, you're gonna hop in this minecart. It's gonna bounce you back and forth, and you're gonna plant, and it's just going to give you a ton of wheat. So we're gonna do a live demonstration here for about 1 minute sped up, and let's see how many pieces of wheat we can get in 1 minute. Alright, so our 1 minute is up. I think we may have went a little bit over a minute, maybe only by a couple seconds, but you can see we have a ton of wheat and a ton of new seeds in our inventory. Nearly 3 stacks of wheat and more than plenty of seeds. Now I like this next farm because it doesn't focus on just one mob. It focuses on zombies, skeletons, spiders, creepers, you name it. It's absolutely fantastic, and it's about 5 stories. Now of course you don't have to make it 5 stories, you can make it 1 story if you want to, but if you were to make it 5 stories, it would drop about 13,000 items per hour. Now if you made it 1 story, it would drop about 2,600 items per hour. However, I would definitely recommend just making it out of a more simpler block such as cobblestone. Now, if making this in survival mode, I believe the hardest thing to obtain here would be all the hoppers at the bottom, as 1 hopper requires about 5 iron ingots, and a chest, which means that iron farm and the tree farm will definitely come in handy. Now, you could find alternative ways to move all your items, such as a water stream, but that's probably what I would end up doing, is using a water stream instead of a ton of hoppers if I happen to build this in survival mode. Blazes actually generate twice the amount of XP than a normal mob. If you guys didn't know that, then that's a fun fact for you. But we have a blaze farm here today, and it's probably one of the simplest versions I've seen made by Mumbo Jumbo. So we have three kind of areas. We have the top part, which is where the spawner is, and then the second portion right here, which is a funneling system. It gets all the blazes into one general area. And then the last part, which is the crusher and the area where you're going to get all your XP. You can see we have a couple blazes down here right now. And if I were to open this up, you can see they can kind of fall down here. And I'll close it so we have the other blazes that will stack up along here. Now let's actually go through the system yourself so you kind of know what a blaze goes through, and it kind of explains very well how it works. So essentially the blazes are going to spawn, and then they're going to come down here, and they'll land up maybe along here, eventually fall about here, and these will actually push off every couple minutes. They're on a timer. You guys might see it happen. There you go. Perfect timing. And then once they get pushed off that, they'll fall into this, which automatically pushes them down into this hole, which is where all they are collected, which is the last layer. So if we actually get out of here real quick, because I don't want to be stuck with all them dang blazes. So if we go down here, you can see all the blazes funneling all the way down here. We actually just went through this process. So we started up here, went through the funneling system, and then we ended up right down here, and then we're back out. So if I turn this back on, this will actually activate the lava, which is pretty sweet. And then we have quite a bit of blazes down here right now. We have a couple more that are still stuck in there, you know, kind of figuring out, hey, where am I supposed to go? But let's see how much XP we can get as of right now. So we're going to activate this button right here, which hurts them a lot. Let's see how low we can get their health down. Let's try to throw a splash potion on them. Hopefully I don't hit myself, because there's not much of a platform right here. But we have 30 levels right now, almost 31. So let's see what we can do here. Wow, that was quite a bit of XP. We only let the blazes funnel through the system for only a couple minutes, probably about 2 to 2.5 minutes, and we got about 1.5 to 2 plus levels of XP, and that's pretty good. I'm sure if you let these blazes funnel through the system for about 30 minutes, you would probably end up with about 30 levels of XP. Here we have a pretty cool and small farm. Now the good thing about this farm is not only that it's one small and compact and very efficient, but also the fact that it can be used for multiple things and it can be used on multiple mobs. So for example, right now I'm using cows in here, but you can also use sheep and other types of animals in this contraption, and it can also be used to obtain XP and the mob drops. You really can't go wrong with this device. So I'm going to explain to you guys how it works, and then we're going to make it for ourselves. So you have your mob up here, whether that be cows, sheep, or whatever you have or want to put up here. Now, according to the mob you want to put up here, you might have to adjust it because of the different mob heights. But once the mob is up here, you're going to press this, and they'll all start jumping, and you'll breed them. Now, I can't breed these because I literally just breeded these cows. That's why there's some babies over here. But after they start jumping and you've breeded most of them, you have a ton of babies, and then when you press that, all the babies will drop down here. And then once all the babies are down here, you're going to wait for them to grow into adults, which should take about 20 minutes depending on the mob. I believe it depends on the mob. I don't know if growing into adults is the same for all mobs. I honestly do not know. That's something that I do not know about Minecraft. But once they are adults, you'll press this beautiful button over here, which is going to light them on fire and kill the poor little babies. Now, I don't think the babies will drop anything. No, they will not. So the babies aren't going to drop anything, but if they were fully grown, they would drop some stuff and it would show up in this chest right here. So let's go ahead and get started on this design, as it's very simple and very easy to make. So we're going to place some blocks here. You can use any blocks of your choice. I would recommend probably cobblestone, not wood, because the whole thing is going to catch on fire. Don't think that would be very smart, but I'm going to use stone here. But after you've made your wall like this, I'm going to come around back here and I'm going to place a block right here. And then we're going to place our slab. Let me go ahead and grab it. A slab right there, because that's where the babies are going to sit. And then we need our 2 dispensers. So this is going to be the dispenser for the lava. And then a dispenser right about here is going to be the dispenser for the water. Next, we're going to place a glass block right here. and your block that you're using right there, and then a sign which is going to stop the water from flowing all the way down. And then after that, you can pretty much cover up this whole entire area, except for the one hole at the top that you're going to use to breed your animal. After that, go ahead and place a slab right about there, and then 2 more blocks just like so, and then here comes some of the redstone. So we have a repeater right here, and then if I can get some of my normal redstone, we have redstone, redstone, and redstone. And you also want to place another block right there that actually stops the redstone, because you don't want all of this connecting. After that's done, you're going to place a torch, and then a block, and then a piece of redstone, and a repeater. Oops, my bad. Wrong direction for the repeater. And then after that, you're going to place a piston. Oops, wrong way. It's supposed to be like that. And then a piece of sand on it. And then the only thing you need next is your lava and your water bucket. So let's go ahead and get those 2 bad boys right now. I'm dropping stuff all over the place, but we're going to place the lava bucket in this one, and then the water bucket in this one. So let's go ahead and do a little bit of a test run. Actually, we need the buttons first. Dang it. Alright, I'm actually going to use wood buttons so we can see them a little bit better, but you're going to place a button right here and a button right here. And if everything is correct, we should have water being dispensed right there, which allows your mobs to jump. And then, whoops, we should have our last one as lava. And then it should go away really quickly, which is awesome. Now, the last thing you need to do is simply just place a hopper right there. Place a hopper right there, and then a chest connecting. But you want to make sure the hopper is connecting to the chest, so make sure you shift and click on the chest, because I believe if you just set it right here, yeah, the hopper is not going to go to the chest. So make sure you get that hopper in that chest. And if you want to, of course, you can make it a double chest like I did. But there you go. You have yourself your contraption. So that is going to conclude our top 10 Minecraft XP and automatic farms. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed this video, and if you guys are liking this type of content, be sure to travel into the description, as I have links to some playlists that have awesome content very similar to this, such as 101 things you didn't know about Minecraft, 101 things to do in Minecraft, and awesome other videos like that. Also, if you guys already haven't, be sure to click that subscribe button if you guys would like to be notified when my next awesome video is live. I want to thank you guys all so much for watching. It really does mean a lot to me. Again, just thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys have a fantastic rest of your day, and I'll catch you guys later in another Minecraft video.